Hello. Sorry. I got busy last night and I had a busy day today. Uh my bad. I meant to stream earlier. Sorry. Good news is I made a really nice dinner. But yeah, we're gonna talk some more about Idhari. And I did promise variety. So we are gonna follow up on that. I wanna play some variety today. At least I wanna play some variety this weekend. But first we gotta do all the chores. How are we doing today? Yeah, late stream. It's been a difficult day for me. Ugh. Why does so much have to happen? Hello. Hello, hello. Co-op later buff. I want to do a co-op tier list. I unironically want to do a co-op tier list. So I have two thoughts. Seed plus Seed and Alice plus Miyabi. I think these are the co-op meta teams. You can play double Seed. You probably only get the buff once, but you can play double Seed. Seed with Seed. Seed in general should actually be very good in this in co-op, because you can play Seed with any other attack agent, and you have 2 DPSs with genuinely no trade backs, unlike normal Seed. Zero wide raid boss. No, you can. You can double pick the same character. Either way, Seed would be very good in co-op. Alice, Miyabi should also be an incredible team in co-op. Yanagi would also be really good. This is the part where I find out that I missed a day. Or I missed too many days this week in Genshin, and I'm not getting my C5 Shenhe. This. Well, let's get the disappointment out of the way. Oh my god! I did it. I did it. I got C5 Shenhe. Let's go! How do I switch choice? How do I get the next one? Whatever. We only need one more for C6. This is a C6 like 3 years in the right making. Next time Shenhe reruns, I will pull C6. You think? Yeah, she might get another constellation given out for free. I think there will be another constellation given out for free next year. My CPU, it's a top-of-the-line CPU from 5 years ago that I haven't upgraded since. Basically. Not even top-of-the-line from 5 years ago? Okay, 6 years, 7 years ago? How old is it? How long have we been... Okay, 7 years ago. Okay, it's a top-of-the-line CPU from 7 years ago. X3D, Maga? When did those release? What is the timeline here? You don't know. Oh my god. Bruh. It's a top-of-the-line CPU from 6-7 years ago that I haven't upgraded since. 2022? Yeah, it would have been out! This fucking guy. It wouldn't have been an option. Ancient hardware. Yeah, at this point my hardware is pretty old. It is definitely time for an upgrade. But I don't really want to. It is definitely time. But, like, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it yet. Sort of. Sort of. There's nothing wrong with it yet. Your PC is crying. It is definitely time for a new PC, but it's just so much money. Dylan does not have great mindscapes. For M1 is fine, but Dylan generally does not have great mindscapes. $100% price on RAM. I'd buy a pre-built. I would just buy a pre-built. At this point, it'd be cheaper, and I don't have to deal with the fuss of screwing things up. Wait for a 60 series? Bruh! You wait another 5 years? I mean, you're not wrong. You really aren't wrong. Wait for next year's, or next generation of cards. It's not terrible advice. I just get a 5-star light cone? What the fuck was that? No, a 4-star light cone. It costs quite a lot more. Yeah, but that is future money. As in money that currently doesn't exist. They're 2027? There's no way. This 50 series just released. There's no way. The 60 series is 2027. The 50 series just became widely available. Man, power creep sucks. That's fucking life, I guess. Fiction imitates reality. Ooh, these are actually good pieces today. Maybe we get llama upgrades. I think 50 series is doo-doo. Bruh. I really do want to get an OLED monitor. Next time I upgrade, I'm buying an OLED monitor. I've made this decision. I think OLED monitors are, I think they're huge. They're very expensive still. I was hoping that they would get cheaper, but they kind of haven't. But they will get cheaper soon. And when they do, I'll be first in line. I think OLED is it's kind of such a big deal. Deep, you don't know how good it is to have deep blacks on a display until you've played with an OLED device. Like, if you have a Steam Deck OLED or a Switch OLED, you might understand. But it's just such a big difference. This was $600 US for a monitor? You know, monitors used to be the cheapest part of the setup. I know, Trumponomics. Everything's more expensive. But the stock market's up! Because people are still paying it. Until they can't anymore. Until it outscales people's spending habits. Trumponomics. Make luxury goods more luxury. Bro, what kind of music should we play? Actually, you know what? Skyrim Lo-Fi works. 600's on the cheaper side. Yeah, I this is why I was saying they are too expensive. They are still too expensive for consumer grade products. As I really want one though. Really do want one. It's a shame. But eventually, consumer grade hardware significantly cheaper, the same way it is for LED. Or yeah, LED. That's what most monitors are. Less than 400. You know, I'd really like to spend like $200 for a monitor. I don't know about you. I think $200 at most is a good price for a monitor. Ideally, like $150 or $100. That would be a really good price for a monitor. Hot take, I know. Scorching hot take. $200 monitor in 2025, good one. Life sucks. Speaking of life sucking, bruh. Maybe this one will be decent. That's the HP one. Maybe this one will be decent. $200 for a burger? You know, I went to Five Guys. $20 for a burger? Went to Five Guys the other day. $20 for a burger? Really? Really? What are we paying for? Shake Shack is just as expensive, but at least it's better. Are you guys ever cheap? No, but bruh, $20 hamburger? Wait, really? A hamburger? Think Five Guys is better than Shake Shack? I disagree, but that's not the point. They're both too expensive. I feel like you're getting robbed at Shake Shack. I feel like I'm getting robbed at Five Guys. Bruh, there's no winning. Does it come with fries? Of course not. I've told you guys about this local chain, Federal Chicken, right? Federal Donuts and Chicken. It's a Philadelphia regional thing. They are the best fried chicken I think I've ever had. It's so expensive. Bruh. But if you are near Philly, go to Federal Donuts. There are a bunch of them now. Get these 100 hertz monitors. IPS. It's not OLED. It's IPS. It's not good enough. It's not what I want. See the problem here? I want the nice ones. Bruh. Korean fried chicken. Korean fried chicken's very good too. There's a local place that does Korean fried chicken. It's like a single guy working there. He owns the store. And he is the nicest guy ever. He is very passionate about fried chicken. And you can talk to him about it. What a nice guy. Ultra wides are nice if you don't stream. I have 2 monitors. That's what I have. I have 2 monitors. I have 2 regular monitors. That's my setup. My very technically advanced setup. Is 2 monitors and a camera in the middle. You have 3? Why do you have 3? What do you need 3 monitors for? Wait, you have 3 and an ultra wide? What? You have 2 ultra wides? Is your PC a cockpit? Is your PC? Do you have to get into a cockpit for your computer? You have a freaking circular control space for your computer. Does anyone remember the Acer gamer chairs? Paga, is this you? Is this what your setup looks like? The Acer Predator throne? Bruh. Apparently this thing declines. Or apparently this thing reclines. Is it like 10 grand? I have no idea. $14,000. They were $14,000. But look at how cool you'd look. Imagine having this in your house. Imagine having this in your house. Bruh. Does it come with a toilet? No, it does not. It does not have a toilet. It does not have a septic tank. It does not have plumbing. April Fools. What are these companies? Secret Lab or Razer? Should just make a porta potty. Gaming porta potty. just as an April Fool's video. They should do a gaming porta potty. Or toilet chair. With RGB and everything. Built-in monitor on the door. I do have ray tracing off, right? Oh. You still have to leave the setup? Ain't no way. That's what you're upset about? Ain't no way. Bruh. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back. We are still pre-farming Dailin. Pretty sure that's what we're doing. We're pre-farming for Dailin right now. I'm gonna try to not do Denny. Pre-farming 2 weeks early, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You waiting for Idhari glaze? Okay. This is your show setup. Oh my god! You have 2 Ultroids stacked on top of each other. This isn't a real Nintendo DS. This is a man's Nintendo DS. This is a Bruh. This is the bottom one of touchscreen. That's the bottom. Bruh. Unbelievable, bruh. It must go crazy. The top monitor is just for Twitch streams and porn. Bruh. Sure would be a shame if a can of non-sponsored energy drink exploded all over your setup there. Sure would be a shame if that happened. Watch your back. Porn on all 3 monitors. The side monitor has porn TikTok. Sleep with one eye open. True. Neck pain? I'd imagine it's pretty comfortable. You just sit in the chair and you get to see everything. That's why it's vertical. It's for TikTok. That's... Bruh. Ain't no way. A light chair. Have you considered trying to find the Miyabi gaming chair that they didn't produce or sell any of? I'm a little mad about this. I wasn't even gonna buy one, but now I'm mad that they didn't sell any. I wouldn't even have been able to if I kind of wanted to. I feel like we got scammed. A little bit. It didn't sell out. They never sold any. There were no chairs. There were no Miyabi chairs. That's the problem. Skalorp. Hoyo got their money. It's licensing. Licensing paid up front. And there can be some back-end deals, but the majority of licensing is up front. Soldier 11, pulse healing, feeling the heat. Oh, I saw people talking about this. Chat, look! I'm in a night shift. I hear tiny sounds during the day. Weird visions keep popping in my head like a night vigilante. Protecting the world from the moon. It's Persona 3 protagonist. It's Persona 3. Bruh. I can't believe they did that. That's really funny. Vivian. Lord Phaethon, because of Mockingbird's long-term operation, I've been able to visit you for so long. Hugo says I've been overworked and wants to force me to take a break. Bruh. I've been getting chills. Bro's got a cold. Joo-foo-foo. Like a meal plan. Nice. +1 tuner will never get anything from. Let's go, baby. Actually, we're gonna start getting things from them next update. Kind of hype. Not next update, 2.5. 2.5, we're gonna start getting stuff from tuners. Say hello to Vivian. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Did you save tuners? You should save tuners anyway. Just in case there's a conversion. You should save your tuners. Just save your tuners. 2 days passed in the blink of an eye. Good day, Faithin. I've been resting well, and you kept your promise. She's in perfect condition. Your clothes. The swimsuit? I did see that. Did you see someone killed Wandering Hunter with no engine on Idhari? Sorry, not no engine. Miyabi's engine? I've seen it. I saw Gorilla Wisp. But Miyabi's engine would make it even more difficult. Idhari kills full M0 with no engine right now. Kind of based. Genuinely kind of based. Beast shield encounter. It's very impressive. It's very, very impressive.
Talking about your heroic deeds in White Peninsula, Lord Phaethon. I heard about it too.
Hey yo, this one's a freak. Certified freak. It gets stuck on. Oh, dang it. Hello. Idhari will also be able to kill the Awakener and Sobek next update. Man, how tall are these heels? How tall are these heels? Bruh. Can you walk on the beach in heels like this? Is that even possible? Surely you'd fall through the sand, right? There's no way you can walk around in shoes like that on a beach. At a one-trick pony. She still kind of is, but she's definitely very good. She's definitely very good. I don't think that's up for debate anymore. She's definitely very good. Off beach now. Okay, that's it. I guess that's it. Bro, Lucy's legs are gigantic. This is post-nerf? She's like 2 Vivians wide. She's like 2 Vivians wide. Bruh. Bigger. Her shoulders look weird. Well, she is an anime character. You're never gonna unsee this once I tell you. Pretend the circles on her butt are eyes and her ass is making a face at you. And you will now never unsee it. You're welcome, chat. Hello. You're okay with that? Bruh. But yeah, what I actually wanted to talk about is I put out a community post. Community posts are like my favorite thing. I'm probably underrating Idhari, but how does everyone feel about her? I think Idhari is what most agent releases should be. Skippable, but if you don't skip, she's strong and enjoyable. Well, we're going to come back to this one. Feels like the nicest and most unique DPS drop since Evelyn, of how unique they were and very strong for their release. The bar pretty well without feeling like a worrying jump. Be very pleased that most upcoming DPS characters were the same level as her. I feel like she does enough. I'm glad she isn't Miyabi power creep. I thought her gameplay was boring, but once I tried her, it was super satisfying. Personally, don't like her design or her gameplay, but she does do a lot of damage. Feels like a very normal character where if you pull her, you can like her. And honestly, that's good. She's chill. See, chat, it's not just me. How important they decided to make Ether Veil going forward. I expected her hits to feel heavy like the hammer, but no, she's very light. It reminds me of Hugo. Fair enough. Pretty damn good, yeah. Pull the M0 Idhari playing with M0 Lucia. Yeah, she hits very hard. Everything you said it best on stream. People who pull Idhari will be very pleased with her performance. I have every season 2 character except. Okay? I think they meant except. Jufufu and Idhari. Except Jufufu. Yidhari feels like the most fun. TLDR, she's strong and very fun to play. Okay. I don't like how she feels to play. I don't like her design. But other than that, she's pretty cool. Only thing I'm worried about is they use the parents died horribly in the Hollow trope 5 times in a row as a backstory. Fucking hate her, but she's cool. I hate everything about her. She's nice. Greatest car I've ever driven. Users on Cybertrucks. Yeah, it almost killed me. I had to send mine back to the dealer like 5 times. Greatest car I've ever driven. You've seen those posts, right? You've all seen these posts that I'm referencing, right? You've all seen. Okay, I will not lie. I do not like Tesla at all anymore. The Cybertruck is really cool looking. It does look really cool. I do have this hot take. I think the Cybertruck looks really cool. See, at IRL, it's huge. It's way too big, but it's cool. I think it's cool. Sorry. It's my hot take. Yes, I do like the box car. Yes, I've seen them up close. I have bad taste if I think it looks cool. Really? You guys just don't have, you guys just don't want to drive around a Warthog. From the original Halo, bruh. You guys don't understand the appeal of driving around a Wedge. Ever drive what? Yeah. It's way too big for me to drive. Also, I would never buy a Tesla. A PS1 car hasn't loaded. That's the point? It's kind of cool. That is the point, and it is cool. It's very unfortunate that it's a Tesla. I'm 12 years old. Bruh. Do not slander the warthog. Anyway. Should I be doing the full spin as much as possible? Actually, as little as possible. I cannot type today. I must stay focused on the GOAT, Bonway. Spin his bait, right? Mostly. Sia, not to mention she came after Orpheus. Oh, this is where we were. I don't like how she feels to play. I don't like her design, but she's pretty cool. I don't know, man. It's a post-apocalypse. I'm not surprised when a character has a story tied to the apocalypse. Her design is a mess. Most of the 2.x designs have been a complete mess. Look at how many times they had to change Lucia. Very few exceptions, like Yuzuha and Minato. I don't think it's a problem as part of their backstory. It's been presented as the defining characteristic of their personality. In most cases, to appeal to the inner knight in shining armor complex of the male audience. It feels very cheap and isn't working for me. Characters from 1.x had depth, jobs, hobbies, insecurities, interests. Idhari literally pops out of the hollow from some undisclosed location we've never heard of before and now lives somewhere? Staying with Yuzuha? Maybe? Because they were pen pals on Discord? More or less. More. Yeah, more or less. Bruh. Does she live in an apartment? Does she? I think she lives with Lucia. I don't know. In the Lucia trailer, they say they live in a safe house. Unfetish is less popular than tentacles. You know, I will say, Motorcycle Nun, it was pretty unique and it was pretty hot. Motorcycle Nun was definitely a hot aesthetic. I will say it. Lucia lives in a tent. Yes, Lucia does live in a tent. Lucia lives on the roofs, not the streets, the roofs. Damn, she's moving up in the world. Literally. Use the tentacles more? Well, they couldn't because she originally didn't have them. Think of it like this. Fallout is a post-apocalyptic setting as well, but the game is about making a living in a difficult world. Can you imagine if every character you met complained about their friends dying? Yeah, that's Fallout. Yeah, that's... Fallout is basically like, yeah, my best friend died. Anyway, why don't you pick up some caps for me? Kill those raiders and I'll get you some caps. That is most of the Bethesda Fallout games. I'm not wrong. Shout out Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Bruh. They're in a Christmas suit. Yeah, I can see it. YouTube stream? Yeah, it's been going. A break? No, it's good. It's been up. There are 150 people watching it. YouTube's fine. What? YouTube chatters aren't popping up in chat. Bruh. Fair enough. There are actually more people on YouTube than Twitch right now. That's not good. That's a slight problem for me. But anyway. Arrive. Hellos. But yeah, that is kind of what Fallout is. Strong. Fun to play. Well designed. Love the spin. Parry Queen. Miss if y'all didn't pull. But is the 2.4 beta update? It'll be the creator server. There is no more beta update. It'll just be the creator server, and then it'll be released. And then, because Bonway is the second half character, he could get more changes even after the game goes up. They've done it before. They've done it very recently a bunch of times. The odds of Bonway being free, almost 0. The odds of Zhao being free, kind of high. Definitely kind of high. Will Zhao buff Miyabi? Will Zhao buff Seed? That's the real question. Will Zhao buff Seed? Where is that? Here, let me... Here you go. Check it out. She feels strong, but I don't know how much of that is Shill and how much of it is her. My only ice DPS is Ellen. I can't afford her after Engineless Lucia cost me 140 pulls. It's an unfortunate spot while being a one boss wonder. I need to be very careful when I talk down on a character. I think Idhari is actually very good. I think I did underrate her a bit. She's definitely better than I expected. Maybe because I didn't pay that much attention. It might be my fault. She's very good. You choose some neat gameplay. Overall, her character does not suit taste. Anyway, let's read the argument thread. All right. She is a fun combination of being very strong and still being somehow skippable. Here comes the Miyabi PFP. This is the fate of every DPS who will have the same element as the Void Hunter DPS. With Idhari and Miyabi, who's gonna pull for another Ether DPS when Ishin exists? Even when they're not shield, they're still more than capable of getting good clears. Oh no, it's the Miyabi glaze. I think Idhari is skippable, mostly because she has the same team as Ishin, not because Miyabi is too strong. In fact, Miyabi kind of just sucks. She's only the best against Butcher. Everywhere else, she's either worse than other options or not worth playing at all. She's good, but worse than Alice on Fiend. Not worth playing on Priest. Not worth playing on Defiler. Worse than Monato on Hunter. Bosses, she's only on 1. And even there, she's kind of not really even the best. Alice clears Butcher pretty easily too. If you're a new player who doesn't even have Miyabi, there's not really a great reason to pull her right now. So Void Hunter level means nothing in meta. Hoyo found a way to make an ice agent shell while keeping Miyabi down. They'll find ways to make ether agents without buffing Ishen. This is the type of comment people who pretend to understand the game make. Miyabi performs worse than attack/rupture agents against bosses with incredibly high anomaly resistance? Who would have guessed? Miyabi worse than Alice on Fiend? The boss made for her? Who could have guessed? Worse on Defiler? Oh no. Did you even ask what I wrote? Or did you ask did you even read what you wrote? Or did you ask ChatGPT to write you something? Imagine if I said Miyabi is better than Idhari because she performs better on Bringer. Imagine how dumb I would sound. Miyabi is a consistently great DPS across every type of content and is not a one-hit wonder. A bit of this is people have the perspective that Miyabi is special because she's the Void Hunter. That is the thing. I hate it. This is the argument that I really detest more than anything else about these games. This is definitely the argument that I hate the most. No, your character isn't special. They're just they're the same as any other character. Just because they have a special title doesn't mean they're entitled to anything. They are any other character. I will hate Shengguang. I kind of wish she wasn't the Void Hunter. Bruh. Tentacles, roleplay as Idhari. Void Hunter power is a stupid argument up until a certain point, which is what ZZZ does. Miyabi is easily better than any other ice agent. Yishen will be too, and Yishengong will also be miles ahead of Jane, Alice, and every physical DPS that come out in the future. What if I told you Idhari was arguably better than Miyabi? The problem is just that she takes Ishen's teammates, and she's an ice rupture character. So she just doesn't exactly do all the rupture matchups. That's like, it's the thing. Kind of the thing. Cancelled. We do not care about the small details. Keep the Hari agenda going. Problem is that Hari is, she's just not. Priest has 40% ice resistance. Defiler has 40% ice resistance. 2.5 boss will have 40% ice resistance. It just kind of. There are just too many downsides to being ice right now for where current content is. Miyabi has all of the same downsides. The upsides for Miyabi are that because she is Miyabi, she has specific challenges designed for her that require anomaly agents. Being two of the Ice Week bosses, the two most difficult ones. Outside Wandering Hunter. That is Notorious Dead End Butcher and Bringer. Bringer is making a return to Deadly Assault, by the way. So, like, Idhari is not going to be better than Miyabi on Bringer. She's not really even going to be competitive. She's not really going to be competitive on Bringer with Miyabi. That's not really up for debate. Marionette? No, Idhari should be competitive with Miyabi on Marionette. She should be competitive on Marionette. Keyword should, but we'll see. We will have to see. Saucer buff cards, 3 options with 2 specific rupture buffs. It sucks for everyone. Yeah, it really does. It's really a huge problem. That's why I make the tier lists the way I do. But I think I've decided we're going to have 2 versions of the tier list in the next tier list video that we're going to make side by side. Hold on. Okay, what do I have to say? Yeah. Major problem with Idhari, she takes Ishen's team. There's only one Lucia. But the argument I hate the most is character is special because of lore. That character should be the same as any other. You know, Idhari costs the same amount of pulls as Miyabi. So why would they intentionally make a bad character? Right? The logic here doesn't really check out. If Miyabi was like 50% more expensive than other characters, sure. But believe it or not, lore accuracy is not important to me. I do not care. I disregard it. I actively decry it. When the community tries to platform a character, I actively try to undermine it because it only leads to misinformation. I feel like Miyabi might be the new Ganyu. Right? Miyabi might be the new Ganyu. She's at least the new international. Where only the players who are dedicated to the blade are getting the performance they want. At least. Right? You have to dedicate yourself to the blade to get the best performance out of Miyabi. You have to be a Miyabi main. Hoyo platformed it. Not the community. Lore doesn't matter. Casterus is not an emanator while the Hertua is, but the community gave up on the Hertua. Bruh. Siege Ween. You're missing the forest through the trees. You're missing. You are missing the forest through the trees. A little bit. Ganyu. Okay. I'm referencing a very specific point in Genshin history. You'd have to have been an OG Genshin community member to get this reference, and I feel like Genshin's an old game now. So people might not get it, so I'm going to explain it. When Ganyu released, she was the god queen of Genshin. If you did not have Ganyu, your account was bricked. And no character was worth pulling. You should save all of your wishes for the Ganyu rerun. Ganyu did not rerun until 2.3. Yes, Ganyu did not rerun until 2.3. And everyone would go, another character? Ugh, more wishes for the Ganyu rerun. And then by the time Ganyu had rerun and was widely available, everyone pulled Ganyu and decided and collectively went, wait, this sucks. That was literally the community reaction. Wait, what? What was it? I saved a year for this? I saved it. Because the community just kept Ganyu on a platform. It is the same thing as someone telling you Nihilistic is still the best DPS in Genshin Impact, or is still the second best DPS in Genshin Impact. That is, I guess, the modern day equivalent. Yeah, that's the modern day equivalent. Or Arlecchino. Or, yes, but arguably Arlecchino was never that good. It was never the God Queen. It was always Nihilistic. Yeah, telling someone to pull Nihilistic at this point is angry. I guess that is the modern way to put it. The community tends to platform characters. And they just tunnel vision on this stuff. They tunnel vision on it. To the point where they do not acknowledge when anything is better or even similar. So I actively try to not platform one character. Whenever you see this when we did the first Zenless tier list, I intentionally made sure that Miyabi was not alone at the top of the tier list, and people were very upset at me for it. Hindsight, I feel like that was correct, but anyway. Content's been pretty heavily tailored to play against Miyabi's strengths. Sure has. And it sure will continue to be. It was a sneak. It really wasn't. I disagree. With hindsight, I still disagree. But yeah, I have a fundamental disagreement and like a big grievance with platforming one character. I do not like it. Do not like what it does to the community. I do not like how it causes people to be dismissive. I always make a point to do that. What do I think about Mahuika? Lame-ass character, a failure of game design. Skirk's better. Real true based. Bruh. Anyway. Let's keep reading this thread. They're the highest in the game, even today. That's not true. If you did not know, to put rupture equivalency into attack, it's roughly 2 times the skill values. So, like, Ishen's 3k ultimate is the equivalency of a 6k ultimate. Roughly. I did do it this time. Yeah, I don't like the newest tier list. I think I was really tired, and I didn't really want to do it. It's also half the length of the normal tier list, or of any other tier list video. So, it's not a very good tier list. We'll fix it next update. We will fix it next update. It's funny how you're trying to insult others' intelligence when you yourself can't even fathom the concept of someone pulling a character because they like them. This who's gonna pull when Miyabi exists is a fallacy. The characters clear all the content in the game. People will pull for who they like. You also are incapable of replying to people without insults. Like that's supposed to make you look smarter and more mature than others. It doesn't. You use words like shill. You cannot articulate your words like an adult who has a proper education. Yet people are so limited, huh? Ironic. Bruh. Has to be a copy pasta. God. I can't. Okay. I somewhat can't imagine being so upset to feel the need to type this out to tear them down. I respect the tear down, but take a step back. I do respect the tear down. Take a step back. Take a step. Oh my God. Take a step back. I'm insulting someone's intelligence? At most, I'm simply questioning it. I replied to the original comment, making an observation, and dude went on a rant about something completely different while simultaneously being completely wrong or misleading without context. And you're doing the same. No shit, people can, will, and should pull based on favorites. Based. I merely made an observation that meta-wise, you should skip Idhari because Miyabi exists. Did I say people should skip Idhari because Miyabi exists? I don't think so, unless you can prove it. All right. This is the fate of every DPS that will have the same element as the Void Hunter. Now Idhari with Miyabi. In the future, who will pull for an Ether DPS when Ishen exists? Anyway. Then talking about not being able to talk like an adult when you yourself can't even read like an adult? Are we for real? Feels like I'm talking to a child. The most ironic thing here. Yes. It does keep going. This is another person entering the thread? Yes, this is another new person entering the thread. All right. This is war. This is war. Oh my God. Each of these replies has been a different person, I think. It's been yeah, I think each reply has been a person telling this guy to fuck off. Yeah, here's Andrew Ken, here's Vesleia, or Veselia, Leah. I very bad pronunciation. Reaction Devant Guard. Oh, okay, he gets in the thread. Okay. They start coming back to the thread. They start. The issue is that Miyabi is not great DPS across every type of content. She can clear a lot of content. Yes, but this is also true for other characters. Both characters can clear a bunch of content as well, and they are not weaker compared to Miyabi in content where they should be stronger. But when they are anti-shield or do not have any good buffs, they lag behind. This is also what happens to Miyabi. Yeah, that is the thing. Yes, Miyabi is being anti-shield. As in the content is countering her. So it is only natural that she is underperforming. Why do people get upset when you point it out? That's like the ultimate fallacy, right? Let me spell this out. Yes. There's nothing wrong with pointing out that Miyabi is underperforming because of the content being negative for her. Then why do people get upset? Why do people get upset when you point it out? Why can't we just say, yeah, that's fair, but her time will come back? Wait. That's probably the right way to look at this, right? Surely, that's the right way to look at this. Yo, what's up, Baser? Insulting your wife? Fair enough. You need the kill and getting countered? Anyway, this is true for Miyabi as well, especially when you consider that if you do not have Yuzuha, or you are just bad at ice, then Miyabi is an average DPS. She's still good, maybe even one of the best, and technically you are right that if you own Miyabi, you don't need to worry about ice speed content. But this is also true for the other ice agents. Other than Bringer, you can use any ice DPS against most ice speed content, and you are good to go. Idhari will be fine against ice content, even if she isn't the best. Same way Hugo is good against Hunter. Okay, this is the part where we talk about damage actually mattering. It is very difficult to get Hugo and Ellen to be performative against Wandering Hunter, or even necessarily clear. It's not impossible, and many players do it, but it's certainly not something I'd easily recommend. It's definitely not something I'd be very quick to recommend. I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. Same thing with Hugo against Butcher. It's not very fun to play. The thing about Idhari, or Yidhari, is she does a lot of damage right now, which is the thing that Ellen and Hugo don't really do. Right? That's the thing. She currently just does a lot of damage. She's currently a very good character. Idhari Glaze? Yeah, Idhari Glaze. Yes, Ellen is getting her potential awakened again. Ellen is getting buffed again. She's getting an extra 45 crit damage. So, like, I don't exactly have a problem being mean to Ellen and Hugo right now. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't really have a problem being mean to them right now. They just aren't consistently good on most players' accounts. It's not that it's impossible to play them and have success. It's just that it's more difficult than it has to be. Or it's more difficult than it should be. Buffs are excited. They're really exciting. It's 45 crit damage split between 6 tiers, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Bruh. I'm talking about within respective element. Of course. Okay. I am talking within the respective element. Of course, Alice, Evelyn, or whoever will be the best within their respective element on their best bosses. Of course, Miyabi is not the best across the board. Duh. This is the backtrack of the century. Perspective on what players consider being good. Someone might think getting 20k is just fine. Yes. I don't. I'm very... A 20k today is an 18k tomorrow. That's my perspective on this. Or a 20k on one account is an 18k on another account and a 30k on your friend's account. So it's always better to aim high and recommend high. The teams that are doing the best are the ones that are likely to be the easiest for the worst. That's my thought process. Feel free to disagree, but that's how I rationalize being so critical. Because we do viewer clear. We do viewer clears quite a bit. Maybe not that often, but if you watch a lot of viewer clears, or if you ever attempt viewer clears, you'll kind of notice that despite a team theoretically being able to fucking 65k, 50k, you aren't likely to see that performance on most players' accounts. For most players, you're not going to see that. That's just kind of how it is. Despite it theoretically being possible with better gearing. Or even better gameplay. But usually it's better drive discs. Better investment. Having multiple copies of an engine. Anyway. That's why I always try to recommend high. Yes, you don't need to shoot that high. But I find it to be the most useful way to recommend. Because the other part of doing viewer help is the ultimate goal of doing viewer help is not to have the person come back to you every reset for more help. It's for them to eventually be able to do it on their own. And again, aiming high is only going to make that easier. You know what makes me unhappy? When the same person every 2 weeks asks me for viewer help. That makes me really upset. That does just make me really upset. Infinite content loop? It's a failure of your content if you aren't actually helping the person be able to do it on their own. Yes, at that point is viewer help really helping? Catch a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for his life. Right? That's the thing. That's the... That's why I do viewer help for free. Why I don't charge money for viewer help. What if there's no more fish? What? Then you can ask for another way to fish. Dr. Phil? Apparently Dr. Phil's a wacko. Have you guys heard about this Dr. Phil bankruptcy thing? He sold himself out to MAGA. And went broke. That is Dr. Phil, right? I saw this in the news. I want to make sure it's Dr. Phil. Isn't that My Pillow guy? No, that's a different guy who did something very similar. No, this was correct. Yes, Dr. Phil went bankrupt because he sold his media company to MAGA and overpromised. This is true. Yes. Yeah, this actually happened. Yes, it was Dr. Phil. Bruh. Failed for trying to grift? Yeah, he did fail for trying to grift. Bruh. So yeah, don't call me Dr. Phil. I don't appreciate that. Bruh. Go broke? I think it's the opposite, buddy. He went on ice raids? He went on ice raids. Bruh. Bruh. You saw that? Oh my god. Soruna. Oh my god. Big raid. Thank you very much. How are you doing today? We're reading some YouTube comment or a YouTube comment thread on one of my latest community posts where I said, yeah, I think I underrated Idhari, but how does everyone else feel? And then this Miyabi profile picture went, no one is interested in Idhari because Miyabi. They will never be able to sell another ice DPS. And we're reading the comment thread. Bruh, that's the context for what we're doing here. I'll quickly scroll through it if anyone wants to read. I get caught up. So this is your chance to get caught up on the thread if you are just joining us. People overplay the idea of not pulling a unit because they already have a strong unit in that element. Yes, I think the issue with Idhari is not about element, but it's about team. She just has a lot of overlap with Ishen, which is a character that a lot of players are actively using right now. It's very difficult to play Ishen and Idhari both at maximum performance at the same time. It's just very difficult. It's just... That's Idhari's actual biggest hurdle. That is her actual biggest hurdle. It's not even about there being other ice DPS. That's not a problem. It's just hard to play her at the same time as this very popular character. There's only one Lucia. Yes, that is the problem. People with the switch up. Just two very heavy hurdles. Bruh. Does that make Lucia easily power craft? What if? What? But yes, where were we? I'm talking within the respective element. Of course, Alice, Evelyn, whoever else within their respective element on their best bosses. Of course, Miyabi is not the best across the board, Duh. When you have to face any ice enemy not named Wandering Hunter, would you pick Hugo, Ellen, Idhari, or Miyabi? Strictly speaking about meta and not personal preference. You know, I think I might play Idhari on Notorious Marionette instead of Miyabi. I think it'll be easier, you'll get more consistent runs, and it might actually be just as good or better. I think I will. Next time Notorious Twin Marionette comes around, we'll have to try it. We'll definitely have to try it. Same for Ether. If we had any other Ether main DPS, why bother with any pick when Ishen is easily the best? Again. So, again, I talked about this earlier. The mistake of this thread is assuming that characters are special and will never be replaced. And there will never be anything as good as your special character. It's just not true. It's really toxic mindset. It's really closed-minded. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Even if it were true, I still wouldn't like it, and I'd still speak out against it. Genshin, yes, I was saying this is the same mindset as people who still recommend Nihilistic, or people who, back in the day, were like, yeah, so what if there's a new character? That's more wishes for the Ganyu rerun. Not as good as Ganyu. Broken character. Everyone saved for the Ganyu rerun. And then when the Ganyu rerun came around, everyone pulled Ganyu. And we're collectively like, wait, this sucks. But this was a real thing. This was definitely a real thing. You pulled right in on the rerun. Yeah. Whenever these communities platform a character, it is inevitably a bad thing. It's just inevitably a bad thing. It's why I'm so outspoken against it. It's really why I'm so outspoken against it. This platforming thing has to stop. Bruh. Give that rerun discourse. It should have already happened. Nihilistic has already fallen off, but whatever, man. People all pulled C1 or C6, so they haven't noticed. Bruh. But yeah, that's what it is. That's why it is. Yeah. The idea of Miyabi is special, so every ice DPS is irrelevant. It's just an offensive take to me. I find it offensive. Not offensive enough to, like, talk them down and de-dress them like Veselia. Bruh. How long do I think a unit should last? Really difficult thing. So, people want progression, but they don't want to feel like they're falling behind. Which makes it very difficult. So that is the balance of power creep. That's why it's hard. People want to feel like they're making progress and getting better, but they don't want to feel like they're falling behind. The way Zenless does it's not just that new characters have content designed for them. They are also literally better characters most of the time. At least a significant amount of the time. Ishan was not a literally better character. And then they made Lucia. And now she is. Someone, like... So, even when Ishan wasn't actually that good, she was being held afloat by the game. And now she's more worth the hype. Which gives her another, like, a new lease on life and extended her. Anato, yeah. Anato's great. This is so many characters. Yeah, 2 characters in update also. We see this in Star Rail. You know, I do miss when Genshin essentially didn't make better characters for 2 years after 1.x. There were very few good characters in Inazuma and Sumeru. There are exceptions to that, but there are very few. There are really very few good DPSs in years 2 and 3 of Genshin. I miss it because the market is so competitive now, and a lot of these games aren't... How do I say this? The market's very competitive. There are a lot more games vying for people's attention and people's wallets. I think there's a fear that they can't get away with doing that again. Like, they definitely can't get away with doing that again. Or at least there's a fear of it. The other thing is, Genshin is a whole ass game that you can play for like 500 hours or something silly. If you try to do all of Genshin, it is multiple hundred hours. The reason no one complains about Genshin's endgame is because they simply just don't engage with it. No one cares about how awful Stygian Onslaught is. They just don't engage with it. They simply just do not care. They enjoy Genshin for the game. Zenless and Star Rail do not have this luxury. They just don't. There is much less content to play in these games, especially daily, if you aren't engaging with the endgame activities. Star Rail and Zenless basically are just the endgame activities. Yes, people do not play Genshin's endgame. Reminder, the big thing this year for Genshin is they added Roblox. They added Roblox as a game mode, and that's their big update for the year. Or their big feature for the year. The way that you do not engage with Millie Astro Wonderland is the same way all those players don't engage with Stygian Onslaught or Spiral Abyss. It is exactly that way. Are people even playing Millie Astro Wonderland? Yeah. People are playing Millie Astro Wonderland. People love it. I think people love it. I haven't heard that much. Genshin TCG, no one plays that. That one, no one plays. There's a Discord for it. I'm glad. You like Stygian when you stop caring about full players. Genshin's enemy design, Stygian especially, really kills the enjoyment. Yeah. That is, like, that's the thing about Genshin. It doesn't matter that the endgame is shit and the power creep is egregious. People just don't care. Because there's just more to do. There's just more to do. It's kind of just that simple. There's more game to play that people enjoy more. You saw someone stream Wonderland for 8 hours. Yeah. There is much less in Zenless and Star Rail, which is why we see this come up much more often. I can't put on the historian like glasses and tell you how Genshin's Spiral Abyss actually did work. Because this might blow your mind. When an enemy was in Spiral Abyss, floor 12 of Genshin Impact, their HP was the same every time they appeared. Until Natlin. Maybe Fontaine. No, Natlin. Enemy HP was static in Genshin Endgame. They would increase the challenge by adding more enemies, or generally just new enemies. And elemental shields. Where is a good example of that? Let me pull up. Yeah, mind-blowing concept. Like, Spiral Abyss had HP increase, but it was never the enemies having more HP than they did in the past. So this is version 2.0. This is Magukenki in Spiral Abyss. Let's look at some of the future Spiral Abysses. 2.1, Magukenki, same HP. 2.2, Magukenki, same HP. 2.3, this one had triple Kenki, but it's still Magukenki, but different enemy. Magukenki, because he was on floor 3 or 12-3, he had more HP because he would be level 100 instead of level 98. But the HP is actually still the same. 2.5, 2.6, no Kenki. 0.7, Magukenki, again, 153. On 12-2. Enemy HP in Genshin Impact's endgame was static, which is a now revolutionary concept. Because that just doesn't happen anymore. They would make better, or enemies with more HP. But every now and then, you'd still see Magukenki in like every other lineup. Literally every other lineup. But yeah, that is not a luxury that, or not something that Zenless and Star Rail have done. Every time an enemy appears in Endgame for Star Rail and Zenless, they have different HP values. Which, one, makes it very difficult for players to gauge the actual challenge. I think that's really a bad thing, design-wise. Players being able to identify how hard an enemy will be based on their appearance is probably kind of important. It's not that there was no HP inflation, because there was. The content, the HP collectively across the content increased. Over time. But they would do it by introducing new enemies with more HP. They wouldn't give the old enemies more HP. Until very recently. They would just continually make new enemies and design new challenges. But yeah, that is something that just doesn't happen anymore. Very interestingly, it just doesn't happen anymore. Genshin has also reneged on this concept. If we look at the 5.x and 6.x abysses, it does feature old enemies with more HP. Are they increasing it now? It was 2.x to 3.75 flat. That still is more HP. Also, I think it's inconsistent, technically. Inconsistent, isn't it? Some abysses will have 375 and others will have, this one had 300. This is 5.3. 5.2 was 300. 5.1 was 375. It was inconsistent. It was definitely inconsistent. They're all 375 now. Yeah, they are all 375 now. Yeah, they are. The last 6 months. Yeah, I see that. So they still kind of are doing that, where enemies just, their HP values don't change necessarily. They did a little bit, but again, I think Genshin does a much better job at designing its endgame because of this. When you see an enemy, you know what to expect. They're not suddenly going to have an extra 10% HP. Bruh. 5.0 to 5.8 doubled in HP. Yeah, it went from 275 or 250 to here, I can literally show it. Yumkisor Mountain King 299 in 5.0. In 5.8, he was on floor 1. That doesn't count. 5.7. There we go. 5.9. Well, yes, he did double in HP. Yes, he did. Over the course of Datlan, this boss did double in HP. Can you tell when power creep started to get bad? I wonder if you can tell when power creep started to get bad in Genshin Impact. Fontaine. Yes, we're blaming Fontaine for going from 3 million to 6 million, or 5.6 million in 5.0 to 5.7. We're blaming Fontaine. Okay. We're blaming. Okay. Yes, you are. The Fontaine Abyss is. It's a lot of Icewind Suite. It's really a lot of Icewind Suite. Furina was so broken, she power crept everything. You know, the magical thing Furina did was she made almost every character better. Almost every character in the game was better because Furina released. That's the magical party trick. Your old characters were still relevant. But yes, 4.0. Magukeki. Icewind Suite. Icewind Suite. Experimental field generator. A Simon. Jade Plume. Icewind Suite. Elemental shields here. This one was difficult. Sort of. Hydrotulpa. 3 million. EMA. Thunder Manifestation. Ruin Serpent. Aeon Blight Drake. Weenut. Jade Plume Terror Shroom. PMA. Enhancer Mech. Icewind Suite. It's a lot of Icewind Suite. No, this is pretty consistent throughout. No. No, this is pretty consistent throughout. Magukeki is even still here. Yeah, no. No, chat. No. This boss was hard. I remember this one. This is the one that Ziox tried to clear with his fresh account with Xiao. And he broke his headset. He broke his... Does anyone remember that? Or socks. Can we find a clip? He broke his headset off stream. He broke it. He was doing attempts off stream after trying for like 3 hours on stream. And then he posted on Twitter with his head just snapped in half. Just snapped. Bruh. You guys don't remember this? I was trying to help him because I felt really bad. Bruh. Is the 15 wave abyss real? Yes, they're buffing Venti and they're making an abyss that he's actually good in. That is real. That is. It's right here. 25 Recon Log Mex Numa. 16 Fatui Cryo Sisson Mages. 1 Construction Specialist Mech Numa. Yes, that is real. Yes. This is because they buffed Venti, and they want you to play the buffed Venti. So they made a chamber he would actually be good in. There is also this other new boss. Super Heavy Land Rover Mechanized Fortress. Initially, all res extremely high. After taking 120 pyro damage instances, it will enter the cooling state. 120? 120? Really? 120? 120? Play Burning? Good luck on the 50 enemy chamber with your Burning team, bozo. Good luck. No grouping? Get wrecked. No grouping. Bruh. That's the... Yeah. This is what they've done to prevent you from playing Nihilistic. You didn't realize. If you didn't realize, this is what they've done to prevent you from playing Nihilistic. Every 1U pyro application is considered 1 instance of damage. When progress reaches 50%, all res decreases. When cooling, generates a cryo shield. Destroy the shield within time to weaken it, reducing its all res farther. Otherwise, it will return to the initial state. Yes, this is for Venti, it's for Durin, it's for Klee. It's for the Mondstadt buffs. It's for them. Specifically those 3 characters. How do you kill it without pyro? You take a very long time. I think you just have to take you just have to take a very long time. It will also lose 30% of its current HP when you deal 120 instances of pyro. So, that's cool. Bruh. Unclearable amounts of time. For most players, yes. Yes, for most players, it is unclearable. You win Genshin enemy design. Yeah. This really is, if you have Venti, you'll have an easy time. If you do not, then this is going to be a hard one. This is... Thankfully, they have lopsided the challenge. They've intentionally made second side very easy. So they're expecting you to take 2 minutes on this side and like 1 minute on this side. If not, 2 minutes, 30 seconds on this side and 30 seconds on this side. They have lopsided the challenge. So that makes it easier. It definitely makes it easier. You wonder why there are 3 enemies that are weak to plunging? Yeah, they're rerunning Varessa. Plunge gatekeep. There are a lot of ways to plunge. There are definitely a lot of ways to plunge. Look at Stygian. Yes, we can talk about this. Experimental field generator, extreme potential. When characters jump and plunge, they get 600 attack. 600% attack. For a plunge DPS, you get plus 600% attack. Also, yes, Baptist. Stygian Onslaught is it's a deeply frustrating game mode. It's a very deeply frustrating game mode. It is literally more than doubling your damage. Yes, it is. It's very deeply frustrating game mode. Anyway, back to the thread. Bruh. My point was not the element itself. As example, against Butcher, I can play Alice or Yanagi and be fine. My clear times are not lower at all compared to just using Miyabi against it. Because I do not play mono ice. Honestly, I agree that Miyabi is generally the best ice DPS. Don't disagree with that. But your point is pretty much great against every type of content. And I disagree. She is fine in a lot of content. She is only great in some content. Content that is currently not here. On your last point, Mono Ice is not a team most people play. It is a much harder team to play well compared to other characters' best teams. And if it is played badly, it's not even a good team. Look at Isen or Alice. As I already mentioned them anyway. Both have techs. They are much easier to play compared to Mono Ice. And obviously, the real funny thing is Miyabi is still good, even if you don't play Mono Ice, but she's not crazy strong. She is an average character, on the stronger side of things. You could even argue she's one of the best, or even the best if you want, though I would disagree. Then, I guess that's on me for the poor phrasing. I thought I made it pretty clear on my first comment. I agree, you can. That you can every agent against any boss and clear reasonably fine, as long as you know what to do. Every agent, after all, is strong enough to do that, apart from the really outdated ones. Then again, please allow me to question why we only bring up Mono Ice when that team is only really strong against freezable bosses, and Miyabi's Disorder comps equally strong everywhere else. But I digress. Again, my point was textualized within the element itself. You want to play match the color fighting an enemy and you don't care about meta, my argument goes out the window. Tier list? This wasn't even the tier list. This was a community post where I just said, hey, I think I underrated Idhari. What do you guys think? That's all this was. That's bruh. That's literally all I did. That's bruh. Quote. Did you even read what you wrote or just ask ChatGPT to write something? That is a one line that could never be simply questioning it. That's not questioning their intelligence. You insulted them multiple times, very childishly. You can't make a comment without petty insults. But hey, You sure owned me and hurt my feelings by throwing petty insults at me. Definitely so smart and very mature. Person who replied to you stayed on topic about Miyabi, Idhari, meta characters, and their worth. He didn't go off topic. They made an argument against what you said. By definition, neither mine or that person replies are rants. You are, again, incorrect. Did I say people should skip Idhari because Miyabi exists? I don't think so unless you can prove it. Never even argued this. Yet you made an imaginary comeback. You swore you owned me with. Who's gonna pull an ether DPS when he said exists? My response to your comment that said that people will pull any character would include any ether DPS regardless of meta. Then you acknowledge the fact people will pull for favorites instead of meta after the comment saying people won't pull for a character when Void Hunter exists. Quote, I made an observation based on meta was supposed to be a gacha, even though it's simply incorrect. Meta is winning in the most efficient way, which is often not always synonymous with best in slot. An S rank can clearly endgame content easily, max rewards, then they will be meta and will be pulled. Double teams for when you need the same element teams in a row, flexibility of making other teams. Feels like I'm talking to a kid, quote, as you proceed to continuously throw petty insults childishly. Whatever helps you sleep better at night. And then they respond. Bruh, take a walk. Get some lunch. Get some food. Take a break. Stop responding. Stop. Oh my god. I am another user here. All right. I am only talking about Mono Ice because it is the only team where Miyabi actually has an edge over other characters damage-wise. If we disregard that, my statement about similar clear time stands. I mean, Miyabi is great. If I clear Butcher with Yanagi and Alice at the same time, if not better, compared to Miyabi, Yanagi team on Butcher, I think it is fair to say that she is average. Though, if we talk about your original statement, I agree. People skipped Idhari because they have Miyabi and thought, why bother with Idhari when we can use Monato against Wandering Hunter? Anyway, plus, if someone don't have Miyabi, they could still have Ellen or Hugo. We just have too much ice DPS units at this point. So even when Idhari is a very strong character, people will still skip her. Daddies. I wish no never experienced half the feelings you did while writing this comment. Holy shit. Didn't understand the point the first time, spelled out and assumed things that weren't true. After I replied clearing things, you wrote this comment twice as long while still missing the point entirely. Truly a disaster piece. If you thought I insulted someone's intelligence for considering yourself lucky, then I'm restraining it from now on. Unbelievable how some people function. What? Bruh! Bruh! You literally shouting insults! What a troll! Oh my god, what a lack of self-awareness. Oh my god. Bruh. Unbelievable how you function. Bruh. An entire comment that long saying absolutely nothing. But again, for the sake of petty insults, congratulations, you made 0 rebuttal, 0 facts, 0 logic. But hey, you called me some mean words. You definitely showed me. I already said what I needed to say. I have 0 will, nor am I forced to continue explaining my argument to a self-centered, I am wrong, you're right person. Have a mildly enjoyable day. God. Villain origin story. Villain. Bruh, no way. Buddy. I explained in detail and dismantled your false arguments. Nowhere did I say you're wrong, I'm right. Yet you are the only one incapable of making a rebuttal that is an entire comment of 4 paragraphs insulting me, continuously showing immaturity. But hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. Doesn't matter, Hugo better. You know, that was one of the commenters on the tier list. Basically, whenever anyone argued anything about the tier list, one guy would go in the comments and go, Hugo better. More or less. More or less, that was a thing. Who won? Who's next? But yeah, besides that, the comments were very civil. They were quite polite. They were quite polite. It's the second time they used that line. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You saw at least 2 comments? Yeah, from the same guy. I know, I saw them too. I wanted to just say based, but I just ignored it. Bruh. Most intense YouTube PvP you've seen for a minute. It was just on a community post. It was just deadass on a community post. That's the wild thing about it. Oh my god.
Don't you want to try our Aqua Blaster ride?
But yeah, we spent 2 hours reading a single YouTube comment thread. What do you guys... Is that a rat? Yeah, we spent 2 hours reading a single YouTube comment thread. AMA. This is what client chats are gonna look like. This is... Faucet in game. People sit around and type all that. I know, right? Specifically that, this, Veslilia _ CW user. Based to type out the takedown. But you should have just left it. If you really wanted to do it, sure, but don't keep arguing. Don't keep arguing. Clearly this person is not arguing in good faith. You know how I know? Miyabi profile picture. Anyway. Envy Lay's clan. I already made this joke, Pipaga. You can't make it back to me. You were in chat when I said it. Bruh. You're fishing? Warp. You know, I wish, I still kind of wish Shenglong was not a Void Hunter. Whatever, it's fine. I liked her before it was cool. Sometimes being a keyboard warrior is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle I cannot live. I simply lack the ability to get that mad at this stuff anymore. I've seen too much. Like, there's stuff going on in the Genshin community. And someone needs to sit down a user and just spell out everything wrong. But I am simply not angry enough to do it. I am simply just not angry enough to do it. Sorry. Need to get mad. Feel it. Ragey. Bruh. Ugh. I'm tired, boss. I have no enemies all mindset. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. More like, I guess it's a nihilism mindset, isn't it? Nothing ever matters. Nothing ever changes. What does it matter? Someone else will do it. Or not. Doesn't matter. I guess it's a nihilism argument. Her perspective. Saddies. Doomer. Yeah, I guess I'm a doomer. Yeah, I guess I'm a doomer. Bruh. Bruh.
Obliterate storm and spirit.
Void Hunter gameplay. That's the thing about Ishan. She's not a Void Hunter. The Void Hunter level investigator. You know Ishan's entire characterization, right? She lies constantly and gaslights everyone. She claims she was offered the Void Hunter title. But is that part of her scam? I think that might be part of the scam. She was never offered the Void Hunter title. She isn't the Void Hunter. She just says she is, and she's chill like that, so no one questions it. She's the master scam artist. Didn't the mayor say it? No. She said the mayor said it, right? I believe she says the mayor says it. Pretty sure? Pretty sure. She claims. This is my headcanon. This is actually my headcanon. Zenless needs their random fucko beats God in a 1v1. I know. Whatever. Whatever. I'll still fight against it. Send a Void Hunter level investigator to us. Damn it. My headcanon destroyed. No. Damn it. People complain, but Vress is a good. Yeah, Vress is great. Literally. Some of the fan favorite characters in Genshin are just random fuckos who were just really good. Or even if they weren't good, they're still just fan favorites and became staples. I hate to tell you this. But like, that's how you, bruh. Come on, come on. You have to make good characters in your gacha game. You have to put aside lore. Just throwing hands with Miyabi in VR. So did she actually really? Yeah, no, she didn't. In virtual reality. Yeah, I can throw hands in VR too. Can the bad Void Hunter be a dude? You want an agenda? You want... No way. Oh my god. Bruh. Who are we running around as? This is Ganyo. Chances of Bonway being free, 0. Chances of Zhao being free, maybe. Solid maybe. I kind of doubt it, but they might. Zhao's a weird design. Zhao is a very weird. That just isn't for a lot of characters. For a lot of players. The Labubu. Yeah, they might. If anyone was going to be free, it might be the Labubu. Get that Labubu off your account. What if the Void Hunter is a dude? How would they release a dude before them? They'd release the Void Hunter level investigator, the update after. You want a free Labubu? You take a free Labubu. Just cute like a plushie. She is a Labubu. So yeah, if anyone has to dodge the free character allegations, it's probably Zhao. Zenless does a collab with an anime. What would they what do I think they would collab with first? I mean, I guess it's technically obvious, right? Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's the lamest possible answer. But it's the easiest answer. They're doing active gacha collabs and active game collabs in general.
Good afternoon.
Oh. They're doing season 2. Wuwa collab. Wuwa did it. Yeah. Wuwa, Cyberpunk. They did one with Wuwa. You know, Wuwa is not even the first game to do it, right? Have you not seen Lucy in Guilty Gear? Have you not seen this? She's already out, by the way.
Mankind knew that
Who was late to the party? I know Nero and Dante are in PGR, and Virgil. They did a DMC5 collab in PGR. But yeah, Wuwa's gonna have to make her look better than this.
This is some seriously odd shit.
Which, I don't know how they're gonna do.
Encrypted, huh?
I don't know how they're gonna make her look as good as she does here. But they probably just aren't.
As if corrupted somehow. Makes no sense.
Yeah, she looks really good.
Manual diagnostics, file
They won't.
And hacking organic person, no chrome? Yeah, that happened. On my side, was deep in the net. That I know. Looking for something, I suppose. Guess I got sloppy, or I got popped by a rogue AI. Either way, not my finest hour.
Right, yeah. She's playable now. She's released. You can play as Lucy in Guilty Gear Strive, like, right now.
mankind knew that.
Look. How good she is, I have no idea. She's bottom one. She's bottom one. That's hilarious. You paid for it. Bruh. Saddies. Yeah, she looks really good in game. Unfortunate if she's terrible, but whatever. She looks cool. Bruh. If she was strong, she'd be toxic. Fair enough. Means you can be a low tier god. True. I'm gonna fumble it. I have no idea, but I think it's really funny that after Wuwa announced their collab, they announced that there was a collab announced for Guilty Gear Strive, and it released in the time since. Bruh. So I guess that is the one that would be the easiest get. Characters that would fit in the Zenless art style would be like... Basically any Studio Trigger production. We already have Kamino. Persona. I would like Joker from Persona. I could definitely see that one. Really cool. Kill a Kill. Yeah, Kill a Kill. They could do Kill a Kill. Overwatch. Eh. I can see Zenless Marvel Rivals. Bruh. I can see that one. I think people would have a lot of fun with that. Oh, boom. Street Fighter. I would like Jury. I'd like Chun-Li and Jury. If they do a Street Fighter collab, I would specifically like Jury. Honkai, no honkers. Batman Beyond. Cook. You know what? Cook. Wait, hold on. What? Tokyo Ghoul, you wouldn't mind Welt in Zenless? No honkers. TGR? Yeah, no. Fine on. No honkers. Yeah, they did an interview with the Street Fighter 6 producers. It's really funny if you actually go back and watch that. Half of the interview is them shitting on Street Fighter 5. They do an interview with the Street Fighter 6 producers, and the entire time the Street Fighter 6 producers are like, yeah, Street Fighter 5 sucked. That was a problem there. So we made a good game. It's very funny. They're not wrong, though. No, they're not wrong, though. Street Fighter 6 might be the best Street Fighter has ever been. And I don't even play fighter games. Or fighting game. But I do like watching Street Fighter 6. It's a very fun game to watch. Everyone hates Street Fighter 5 until the final season. You mean the final season where it was taken over by the Street Fighter 6 producers? No way. No way. Yeah, to be... Is Nier Automata over? I would have said to be. I definitely would have said 2B. Is 2B still relevant? 2B over? Chat here. Just for IRL events. Isn't the Grand Blue game she'll collab with literally anything? Yes, they do collab with literally anything. still gets collabs. Bruh. Yeah, I guess 2B. They just released 2B and Nikkei. Same persona, but they have their own dead gacha. Ooh, wrecked. Yeah, I could see 2B. 2B would fit in Zenless. 2B would fit very well in Zenless. I'd really like Chainsaw Man. It'd be wild. It would be really wild if they did it. But I would really like Chainsaw Man. Imagine, like, chat. Think about this. Think about how absurd this would look. What do you think? Yeah? It would fit. It'd be... Yeah, no, I'd love it. I'd love to see it. I would love to see Chainsaw Man. Bruh. It was ZZZ animations, yeah. Love to see his 3D model. It would just look like the anime. It's the 3D model all the time there. Hoyo games do not seem to prepare for collabs. No. Fate and Star Rail, Aloy and Genshin, and Evangelion in Honkai. Actually. That was the first Hoyo collab. Is Evangelion in Honkai Impact 3rd. They got Asuka in Honkai Impact 3rd. Boom. Sakamoto days. He's got jiggle physics. Inoshi-san. Bruh. I love Sakamoto Days as a manga, and it's a bit air right now, but I love it as a manga. It's got great action paneling. They got Sparkle, Official, and Kotsing. That is still a Hoyo property. Non-Hoyo properties would be Asuka, Aloy, Archer, and Saber. And Aloy is just there because of a PlayStation mandate. I guarantee you they did not actually want to put Aloy in Genshin Impact, but they took money from PlayStation when Genshin was in development and had to have a PlayStation character in the game. I will guarantee you they did not want to put Aloy in Genshin. If they did, she would have had constellations. Like Archer. Only mandated? I believe so. They probably had an option of like Aloy or Kratos. Or Nathan Drake. They probably had a choice for which PlayStation mascot to use. And they picked the only girl. And then purposely made her the worst character, yeah. Yeah. There's no way they actually wanted to put Aloy in the game. I would have loved to see Kratos in Genshin's art style, though. Imagine Kratos in Genshin art style as a playable character. Kratos on the D-Luke body. Because this is back when they didn't have a unique male model. Or a bigger male model. It would be so goofy. Honestly, I'd love to see what it would have looked like. I would love to see what it could have looked like. Bruh. Link would have worked in Genshin. That's not Sony. They could have picked a Knack. Knack is back. You know, Genshin might actually come to Switch 2. Have you considered this? Genshin might actually come to Switch this year. Or next year. It could happen. Switch 2 can run Genshin Impact. It's a powerful enough system. Pokemon Trainer in Genshin. Are they legally obligated to bring it to Switch at some point? I don't know about that. Are there any gacha on Switch? I believe Pokemon Master Sex is playable on Switch, maybe. If any of them are, it's the Nintendo ones. Master Sex? Yeah. Have you never seen the name of the Pokemon gacha? It's Master Sex. But the space moved over one. It is Masters EX. Pokemon Master Sex. Played it on Switch. Yeah, Pokemon Master Sex. I can't believe they went with that name. I can't believe it. Surely this came up at some point in the meeting. They knew. Oh, they had to have known. They had to have known. An accident. How powerful is the GPU on the Switch 2? It is good enough. The Switch 2 is a better system than the Switch 1. And it's still like poo-poo compared to the Steam Deck. Yes. It's funnier to think that they didn't think about it. Maybe that is funnier. That might be funnier. What else do I have to say? Back when Genshin was coming out, you thought of not downloading and waiting until it came out on Switch. Bruh. What about 2XKO? I have no idea what you're talking about. To be honest. A Riot fighting game? What? Weird. I thought we didn't like that. I thought we didn't like League of Legends after Arcane Season 2. They're making a fighting game. Good for them. I wish them the best. Yeah, don't watch Season 2 of Arcane. Do not watch Season 2 of Arcane. It does have hype moments in Aura, but don't watch it. On the map. Yes. That is what we're doing. We are aimlessly running around the map. That is exactly what we're doing. Is that bad? It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I got you.
It's chill. I wouldn't go that far. Bruh.
I'll watch over you. Soar with the wind.
Here are enemies. Clearly, this is the wrong part of the map. Not that bad. Not that good either. It does have hype moments in Aura. It still looks pretty, at least.
To the skies.
Hey, this stuff's so boring, you don't want to touch it. Yeah. This is such a miss. Yeah. This is definitely a miss. It doesn't help that they all look the same either. It's the thought that counts.
Sit still. Release. Soar with the wind.
I guess it's the thought that counts. They wouldn't have it if they kept the TV. They wanted an alternative to making little missions in the HDD menu. So they came up with this, and I'm not sure if it's actually any better. I think it's kind of worse than just having missions on the HDD. Which I think is why they came up with the other new game mode. You know, the one dispatch, which is the replacement for tower. Doesn't make you quit, it's an improvement. That's fair enough. That's definitely fair enough. I think they're cute. They're fun for like 20 minutes. But they also aren't a big deal. They clearly don't put a lot of effort into them either, so it's fine. For good or ill, they clearly don't put a ton of effort into this. You think current All Zero is worse than Withering Garden? I think you're crazy. I actually think you are crazy. Co-op is coming. Yeah, I'm excited for co-op. I still want to do a co-op tier list when we get closer to it. When they announce co-op, we're going to have a co-op tier list. Chat, have you considered that Seed is really freaking good in co-op? You can also play Seed with Seed if you wanted to. You can also play Alice Miyabi at the same time and solve all of the problems. You can't swap cancel anything, but you are constantly applying anomaly. And you're just gonna get so many disorders. Soldier 11 0 downtime stongs. Bruh. How do off-field characters work in co-op? They're getting co-op exclusive buffs, so they can actually be played as characters. I assume Astro will still feel bad. But Lucia will be pretty chill. My seeds the goat. It's a hollow zero. Yeah, the one that does, the one that feels really bad to use. I know. I'm fully aware. Astra is probably gonna suck to play, but it's fine. It's fine, Copium. Gonna be the funniest shit show. A complete dog. No in between. I don't know if I'd say no in between. It could just be a cute little thing that no one really gives a shit about. Stop Astra song. Bruh. You know, you can't trigger Hormone Punk. Hormone Punk becomes a dead set in co-op because you can't switch. They're gonna have to think about that. They're definitely gonna have to think about that. So clearly there's an Evelyn's coming. True. Real Truan based. You want to play Qingyi? Yeah, Qingyi should be good. Qingyi should be really good. Can't trigger Astral. It doesn't matter if you can't trigger Astral. You just use Moonlight. Literally a better set anyway. Jin should be pretty cool. Yeah, Jin should be pretty cool. Who else should be good? What's their name? What am I thinking about? What am I? Who am I thinking about? I'm not sure. I wish I knew. Lighter. Yeah, Lighter is going to be able to buff any element. The Lighter should be pretty good. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Hugo will be the single worst character you could possibly bring in co-op. That's what I was gonna say. You want to really grief your teammates? Play Hugo. No stun for you, teammate. Wah ja ja. No stun. You want to piss everyone off? Play Hugo. How would trigger even work? She kind of just wouldn't. She kind of just wouldn't. Make them totalize and not remove the stun in multiplayer. Yeah, they probably should. They'll probably have to. I don't think they have an option to not let him do that. Yeah, I'll play Hugo and co-op. Bruh. Nah, keep the grief. You will be playing Hugo. Someone has to troll the team. It will be you. Bruh. Hugo rerun with co-op. It'll be after the Hugo's rerun. Hugo will be rerunning in 2.4. Co-op's 2.5. Some gacha carriages just suck in co-op. Yeah. Some gacha carriages you just suck in co-op. You want to grief your teammates in 1.0 co-op? Like Chongyun. Suddenly all their damage is now blue. Wah-cha-cha. Yeah. Chongyun, original grief character. Bruh. The 3 players that pulled Hugo will be trolling non-stop. Bruh. Three guide. Oh, I'm going Dory. We do have to think about whether or not we actually need a healer for co-ops on this. We do have to think about that.
To the skies.
Is someone gonna actually have to take the L and play Astro or Lucia? We will have to think about this. Someone might have to take the L.
Leave it to me.
Should he automatically be the best stunner? I don't know. What if? People skill issue, yeah. Bruh. You can make triple anomaly real. Think about that, chat. You can make triple anomaly real.
Soar with the wind.
Not a meme. It'll probably still be a meme, but you can make it more real. Bust out the pan, man. Does Yuzuha have healing in her kit? I don't think she does. I'm pretty sure Yuzuha does not heal at all, does she? Hmm. They might give her healing for co-op. They might give it to her. I could see it. I could definitely see it happening. Anton won't have any of his attacks. Oh, his single, yeah, his quick assist. You know, you won't be able to quick assist. Bruh. Who will bite the bullet? Play bang boo. Bruh. We don't need healing. We're based like that. All right, fair enough. We're based like that. We're too good for that game. You've played these games before. No quick is this for Neko. She can have dodge counters though. How will chain attacks work? Oh man, your guess is as good as mine. You'll be the Agent Gulliver main. Idhari face tanks doesn't matter. True, actually. He doesn't have a healer. Play Idhari. Actually, a good idea. .5 beta animations when? You just see new attacks for Soldier 11. I think that's the only new animation in 2.5. Besides the boss animations, which I don't think anyone will show you yet. Yeah, Idhari is still immortal. This is why we talk about, like, maybe you want characters to have downsides for damage. If Idhari and Banwei do the same damage, or if Idhari does more damage, and Banwei has, like, a mini game you have to play, why are we doing Horomasa again? Not that extreme, but you get the idea. Male debuff. Male debuff should not be a thing. Male character debuff. What, did everyone decide on this? Everyone collectively agrees on male debuff. Yes. Everyone work hard to do the same damage as a woman. Is this what the pay gap is like? Chat, is this what it feels like to be pay gapped? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, yes, yes. They want to turn their husbando enjoyers into sweats. Nimus, thank you very much for the gift sub. Why do people think they're gonna get another free? Just because it's a big update. 2.5 is a big update. That's why they think they might be getting a new free limited. Why not? What? You know what's fun to speculate? The character will be free. Nimus, huge gift subs. My M6 the Clanker. Eh? I think I'm going to M6 Shonglong. I'm pretty sure we are M6ing the girl with long brown hair. I'm pretty sure. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure we will be. Pretty sure. Her being the Void Hunter is irrelevant to me, but she's got nice brown hair. I don't think I've ever pulled M6 P0 or P1 in any Hoyo game. Fluffy tail. You know, it is really funny that she's a fox girl with a cursed sword. The humor really is not lost on me to the point where it if they do it a third time, it's time to start questioning things. It's time. It is time to start questioning things if they do it a third time. Okay, Nico will be the next one. No honkers. Please do it a third time. It'd be hilarious. Bruh. Gotta be a fetish. It's gotta be a joke. Like, there has to just be an inside joke. Not even an inside joke, just a joke if they do it a third time. I gotta get honkers. They've ruined my games. So I do not want them. Sklorp. This is really the communities for these games. They get whipped up into a certain frenzy. And like severely overrate these characters. I can't take another ride and release in my lifetime. I actually can't do it.
Don't worry.
There are so many people who will still tell you Akaran is one of the best characters in Star Rail to this day. People will still tell you this today. Bruh, pretending Miyabi isn't that? She is. Yes, that is that kind of platforming that I complain about. But it's so much worse when it's not even a character from the game. It feels so much worse. Me versus Raiden batters. No one plays Akaran fighting ghosts. Bruh. Somehow. PTSD when they release Raiden. They're not going to. No honkers. Look, in the story, Yi Guang, this is what's gonna happen, alright? She's gonna pick up the Qingming sword. She's gonna go, no honkers. And then she will kill Kiana in the story. That's gonna be the finale. It'll be cinema. It'll be cinema. Characters in the trailer, yeah, they're dead in the lore. They're already dead. They've said it's not in the Hoyo verse. Good. No honkers. I'd take a Genshin character or a Star Rail character, but no honkers. Bruh. They won't have descendants. Nah. Zenless is time travel. It does now, you're not wrong, but shush. Are all characters count as honkers? Not really. Star Rail has a ton of original characters. Most of Star Rail's characters are original characters.
To the skies.
Topaz and Numbi. They shower Zhao Chu and Wi-Fi. More foxes. Have we done a waifu tier list for Honkai Star Rail? I guess we haven't. Yeah, I guess we haven't. We never have. Bruh. The first word? Honkai Impact 3rd is not Honkai Star Rail. Despite what Hoyo wants you to think, it is a different game. With different characters. Cope? Is that Cope? I don't think that's Cope. Like, you can feel free to say that's Cope, but that's not Cope. Sure don't act like it. No, they sure don't. They want you to think Honkai Star Rail is Honkai Impact 3rd. They do think that. They do want you to do that. Enough Yuri and Star Rail to be Honkai Impact. It's Cope to think they won't come. And when that day comes, I'll be a little sad. I do not want them. I do not want them. Fuhua? Isn't Fuhua already in Honkai Star Rail? She was a launch character. Sushang. Shh. Am I thinking of a different character? Maybe I'm thinking of a different character. Was the Madame Ping? Ah, Sushang's a different honker. Bruh. Minus more gift subs. Let's go. Kazuha. That's right. Kazuha's mom. Or Kazuha. Sparkle and Zenless. You know, I wouldn't hate it. You know, I really, really disliked that character. And now I think I really like her. I really did dislike that character in 2.0 Star Rail. But now I think she's got Riz. She's got that questionably racist Riz. Not even questionably. She also like straight up sexually harasses Sunday in the 2.0 story. She's less problematic in her later appearances. Jeez. Bruh. Yeah, Sparkle does wild things in 2.0. Calls him yeah. She calls him Chicken Wing Boy, and then tries to sleep with him. And flicks his ears. This is all in the single update. Bruh. This crime is flicking his ear. Bruh. She did not have permission to touch him. She's a live streamer now? Yes, that's right. She's getting a re-release as a VTuber. Bruh. She said she could be anyone. Yes, and Netflix is yes. She tries to sleep with Sunday at the end of 2.0. She does straight up sexually harass him. Bruh. Yeah, she got a job. She's gonna be a live streamer. Sparkle got a job. Isn't that fan art? No. That actually happened. And she is going to be a live streamer. She's getting a job on Twitch. Bruh. I don't remember that. It's like one scene. It's yeah, but now I think I really like Sparkle. I don't know. Maybe it's because she M6'd herself. You should M6 yourself. Now! Maybe. Maybe that's part of it. Lingsha is like top 10 hot characters. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Lingsha's like top 5 hottest characters in Star Rail. Have you seen Lingsha? God, have you seen Lingsha? There's like no fan art of Lingsha, by the way. It's historically unpopular character. She's very hot. You've seen some. Yeah, but there's really not a ton. She looks like a taller Sparkle. Yes. Bruh. Black 1 is hot. Black 1's very hot, yes. Fishao. Yep, Fishao. You know, Fishao's a character that I probably would have E6'd if I liked Star Rail more. It's one I would have intentionally pulled for E6 on. Cypher. Cypher, yes. Cypher's very hot. Your dev talk? Or is it? Let's see. New reveals. Enhance. Lacking in direction or aim? We got you. 2.4 will be a turning point in the story as Sarah rushes towards the crater and Yi Xian makes his entrance. Season 2's climax approaches. Narrative structure feel familiar? Characters popping up out of nowhere? We've heard you loud and clear. The converging storyline design structure aims to let players witness the growth of various characters. ultimately taking the stage together in the future. Will deeply integrate narrative with gameplay to provide more diverse plot experiences. Get to know new friends early. Since version 1.6, we've been focusing on long-term character development and integration, special attention to key characters. For example, in version 2.4, Yi Shunglong will be gradually acquainted with the proxies, revealing untold stories. Old pals left forgotten. Main story will have an increased relevance to the AI plotline, and Internet will be regularly updated. Good for them. New shops are here. The 404 Error Live House is making its debut. Chat, this is the idols, by the way. Chat, this is the idols, by the way. They're saying we're going to meet the idols here. The Hot Pot restaurant will actually be open before Season 2 ends. Bro, wait, what? Really? The Hot Pot restaurant's gonna be open? Damn, okay. Version 2.5 brings more updates to sandbox exploration. New way of getting around related to Yi Shunglong. Oh my god, that leak is real? They fly now? Wait, they fly now? They fly now? Hold up, they fly now? Bruh. I thought it was a joke. Apparently it's not a joke. Bruh. Map gameplay, enhanced exploration, more applications plus Kind Bang Boo will help you with treasure detection. An immersion level upgrade, main story progress more seamlessly. More camera stuff. Hollow Zero is getting an upgrade. Integrating combat exploration. Create a gameplay experience with enhanced immersive and progression loops. Mention the Hollow, other resources go stronger. Multiplayer gameplay is back. In multiplayer mode, you can unleash joint chain attacks. Multiplayer is officially confirmed. Early, too. Missing your favorite characters? Threshold simulation is the solution. Huh. Okay, sure. Worried about standard character power levels? Version 2.5? Oh my god! The leak... What? Hoyo official leaks. Hoyo official leaks. Bruh. Grace Mains rise up. They wanted to get ahead of the leaks. Yeah. They were leaking before. They were late, but they tried. They were like... Wow. Huh. Wow. Suibian Temple, one-click AFK feature. Ether battery quick sleep, drive substat selection, in combat damage compilation. Will all be available in version 2.4. We're gonna get a damage breakdown. In the pause screen, I guess? Or at the end of combat. We're gonna get a damage breakdown. That's cool. Damage meter. Yeah, I think it's a damage meter. That's cool. Actually, accurate damage breakdown. I know, right? Genshin could never? Genshin could never? How much damage your DPS does? Yeah. Huh. So you can hate your co-op partners? True. So you can be toxic in co-op. Bruh. Sweep, yeah. Kick a low DPS casual. Yeah. This one I find questionable. One, I think it's weird that they called this out, that it's harder to use older characters. Two, is it a solution? Only a solution if you have complete teams that have fallen off. Which no one should have, right? It's a little strange. This one is a strange inclusion. This one is definitely a strange inclusion. Know it's a problem at least. Yeah, at least they do know it's a problem. I guess we take that as a dub. Same excuse for Imaginary Theater. Yeah. Yes. This one's great. Official leaks. Hoyo official leaks. I can't believe they confirmed they fly now. They fly. No way. New way of getting around related to Yi Shengguang's abilities. They actually confirmed this leak that we didn't believe. No way. No way. Can we get in chat? Yeah, I can make it. AOL exploration. Huh? Will it be as useful as Isan? I think it'll be more useful. She might move in 3 dimensions. She might move in 3 axes. We'll have to see, but she might actually have, like, flight. It'll be really interesting to see if she does. Shaska? No, because Shaska can't fly up. Most definitely just hover. She might, like, fly. I don't know, we'll see. Are we gonna fly? There's an open world. I have to rework every location and remove all the invisible walls. She'd probably just hover over the ground. Maybe. Maybe. Her big ass ears are wings. I'm dead. My God, I'm dead. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God. Out there, helicopter. They're in helicopter. They're just Dumbo. Flap them like fucking. Bruh. Wow. All right, that's actually really exciting. Red ball is a helicopter. Bruh. Like, she's probably just gonna be. It's probably just gonna be like a 4 recantation. Probably gonna be like metaphor. Oh yeah, exciting stuff. Yeah, exciting stuff. I can't wait to see Yishunglong. I think it's gonna be peak when she takes out the Qingbing sword, goes no honkers, and then kills Kiana. Cinema. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be. Chat, you think I'm joking? No, this is a real leak. This is what's happening in the story. Believe me. Come back when I'm right. I got damage buffs. Yep. Absolutely. Also, Bernice is getting buffed. They didn't mention it in the official leaks that they just put out. But yes, they didn't mention it in the official leaks, but Bernice is getting buffed. If you did not know. Bernice is getting buffed. Wait, this is a fake leak. This is a fake leak. There's no way. Okay, it's official. Wait, what? They put out a video of official leaks are real. What? Okay, I guess we're watching it on stream. Okay. There you go, chat. There she is. There she is. What? There's no way. There's simply just no way. Official leaks. It wasn't leaked. This is officially released, apparently. This is officially Bruh. Wow. Okay. Skip to 2.5. I am ready. Turns out the Lion does concern himself with the Void Hunter next match. Bro. What is 2.4? Dial in? 2.4 is dial in. Is she sitting on the sheath for her sword? I think. Sure looks like a coffin. It does look like a coffin. Should be the sheath for her sword. Freaking huge. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not a sheath. Maybe she rides around on a coffin. I don't know. Wait! She rides around on a coffin? Think about this, chat. Think. Think, chat. Think. Think, chat. Think. Bruh. Bruh. Hmm. Bruh. I'm getting excited again. Coffin getting all the Honkai, in fact, third characters she's killed. Come to Zenless. True. Bruh. No way. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited again. There's a 40-minute dev talk on Billy Billy. Hopefully that gets uploaded tomorrow morning. English. And we'll have the chance to watch it. If not, someone will translate it, hopefully, and we'll be able to look at it tomorrow morning anyway. Where is the So there's the Billy video. I will link it in. Unfortunately, I do not read Chinese or speak Chinese. And maybe I will learn this skill. It's probably important for this line of work, but I currently do not. But we can like glance at it. It'll probably get uploaded with English subtitles. We probably don't have to worry about it. But there is a 40-minute dev discussion that they just uploaded, and this is where the animation for Yisheng Guang from. Skip through. This is where the Yisheng Guang thing is from. So it's already kind of been shared. It's already been shared. Quick look for leaks. This is a green screen. This is a green... I don't have a set. They show Bernice buffs? No, they did not leak the Bernice buffs. Ruh. Did not do that. Oh. There's no way she flies around. Right? I don't know. If it is, I think we get to be very excited. Bruh. I do think we get to be very excited. Whew, what a way to end stream. Okay. That was good. That was peak. That was peak. Bruh. That was definitely peak. All right.